How's your day? Where have you been? Were you at home? Were you traveling? Were you in your workplace? Were you sightseeing? Were you enjoying sports? The projects and buildings you have seen, the places you have been, whether it is a market or a factory. The digital world is in the making behind. Glodon combines the mind world, digital world, and physical world. Share with you in every moment. Wherever you are, may Glodon ease your life.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. So, today, I would like to welcome all of you to Glodon AEC Day! Woo! I bet some of you can see this sprinkler and some of you can't. It's okay. Anyways, I hope I got all of your attention now, right? Okay. Let me introduce myself. My name is Sharon. I'll be the host of all of this event for today. Okay, so you can hear me laughing here, laughing there, making some jokes with you, getting you hyped for our event. All right, on behalf of Glodon, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all of you. As you all know, this is our first event after COVID. As you can see, we usually did all these webinars and all online, okay, via Zoom, right? So, all of you, I assume, only hear our voices, but never seen our faces before. So, today, we have this event for us all to gather here today. So you can see who is the voice of each of the faces, okay? See my face, see my voices. I bet some of you have heard my voice before, especially like basic training or maybe during some events and all. So, today, we appreciate that you guys have take up some of your time from your busy schedule to attend our event. All right? Today, I'll go through with you the agenda. Okay? So, how are we going to set our event today? First, we have gone through it. You guys have gone through the registration. So, when you guys came in, you can see some booth at the side there and some photograph booth, right? So, our booth there, you can see we have some interaction there where you can meet our service, sales, and all the people who's working in Glodon. Also, we also have our product teams that we flew them in from China. At least now you can get to talk and give feedbacks to them, chit-chat with them, get to know them, and maybe share your experience, like, what I faced when I use your software. Don't worry, just share with them. It will be very, very good for them also. And also, we have our photo booth. I saw some of you was there taking pictures. I did that too, just now, before all of you came. All right, then we'll go into the next thing, which is our welcoming speech from our country director. And also we have my colleague, Sylvester. He will share with you some things, interesting things. And then we have our coffee break, and also the Appreciation Award, and we have special speakers come up to share us some stuff. And also, we will have our let me words my word properly. Let me see. I will get our customer success manager to come up and share some things with you guys. All right? So, for now, to kick off the event, I would like to invite country director, Mr. Nia Yip. But before I invite him up, I want to share with you something about him. Okay? So, he is from China, yes. But he stayed in Hong Kong, and also in Hong Kong, he take care of a lot of key customers over there, okay? Those that big projects and extra, he take care of it also. And also, he is part of the customized solution. So he is also involved in it, all right? So, I will not want to drag the time long. I would like to give the invitation to our director. Let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Nia Yip. Come on, let's clap! Woo!
Thank you. Thank you, Sharon. Hello, everyone. This is Nia, and I'm just first time on board. And anyway, on board just a few weeks to Singapore. And I am happy to here and represent to Glodon. Welcome all of the distinguished guests and today's guests, including our partners, to join our event today. Actually, before I receive some of the message, maybe we have an event, then my topic is boost your productivities. New construction era. What I'm just thinking about is past few years. Actually, we may call it now stage is a post-COVID stage or after COVID stage. A lot of things I try to imagine how to align this topic, bring a good welcoming speech to all of the audience today. Then, my part, I follow 3 majors. I try to bring some industry insight, including the digital transformation for construction industry. Some of the external information I would like to share. And then, what about the others? The others I would like to share is about the development and trend. The development and trend, I would like to share some story from China. Maybe for Singapore locals, we can learn about something, maybe a good experience to us to grow from, maybe we call it traditional to digital. And the last, what about the current and future state, what we are just doing in the local Singapore market and the others. Let's go through for the industry insights things. No matter more, as we mentioned, nowadays, I think we will call it as a post-COVID stage. The COVID pandemic has significantly transformed our working patterns. I'm sure that all of the audience today's WFH, work from home, in last few years, all of our guys will have some experience here, no matter by Zoom meeting, Teams meetings, online tools to help us to work. Maybe some of scale company will also work with some VPN. How to share our internal information here. Then, in other words, I would like to talk about is this trend expanded the digital transformation of our construction industry. Even not just a construction industry, but also for the other things. First, I would like to show some data first. According to the World Bank status, left-hand side, this here, global GDP, the major industry all over the world, maybe including 22 to 23, including some agriculture and manufacturing, retail, those major industries. All of our GDP 2022, according to the World Bank, is US dollar 101.5 US trillion. But what about construction? Right-hand side, please see the forecast and estimation for coming 2022 to 2026. What this data just show, until 2026, we can see we got the 50.3 US trillion dollars. And each year, under estimation and focus, we've got 3.3% growth each year. In other words, we'll think about construction always will be the major components for all of the world, not just the market and all about our industry, right? Then I would like to show some external story. I'm not sure whether our audience today will know about this tower. Actually, this tower is located in USA, New York City. We call it as Empire State Buildings. But have some stories here. 1990s, this building over 90 years. Then what this information show us? In the last 90 years, maybe we do the similar thing. 90 years ago, we do the high-rise. But nowadays, we also do the high-rise. Use the method. We change or some or little bit. Refer to this, we can refer some data from some signatures, organization, annual report, those. Refer to the major industry, agriculture. If we think about 1940 to 2006, simple thing we can think about, Gary color to the colorful. But not just this. Right-hand side, we also can follow some data report, productivity growth rate. You can see agriculture improved a lot from 1940 to 2016. And manufacturing, not meaning to say, popular names. I think all of you guys will think about the electronic car, Tesla, this popular name. And how about retails? We got online shopping. We got Amazon. We got Grab Food. Especially for last 2 years, we collect from the mobile and data. But how about our constructions? Always is the lowest one. Even right-hand side, 2000 to 2018, last 2 decades. As I mentioned, Tesla and Amazon, like this star company, they let these two industries go very fast. Maybe they got some technology. Maybe they got some trend, a good role. But even though here, we can have a site and inside here, our construction industry can go very fast. A huge potential still here. What about development and trends? I would like to share our China stories. China's, before start, I'd like to show the picture first. I'm not sure audience know about China. We have a signature city. Left-hand side is Shanghai cities, 1990s image. Maybe for my personal point of view, I think village image. But just 2 decades, 2010, right-hand side, colorful or luxury image. Just 2 decades. Is there any difference? And nowadays, this chart definitely talking about the Shanghai government. What they do actually is a digital image, try to control something from module, from digital. Definitely last 2 years, what they do. China's digital construction highlights, I would like to use the story and our in-house, and then with our in-house R&D process to do something. Transformation of informationization for construction industry. Those analyzed data from China, as I mentioned, what's happening in the last 20 years, since 1990s to 2008. These 18 years, we will mention this as informationization for single business. I think this stage, 18-year China, they don't have some BIM concept, but they do have something to do it already. They will have office just enter to China and CAD, but also have some software to do cost estimation and software for quantity takeoff before BIM. After that, 10 years, we will call it as an integrated informationization stage. And this integrated informationization stage, we have some signature story. 2008, one of the major cities in mainland China called Beijing, we got the Olympic Game held in Beijing. After this year, BIM concept, building information modeling, bring to mainland China. Then they go very fast. All those technology, they try to integrate it together. Previous software, they try to grow up from traditional or from 2D way to 3D way. Then we got office automation, cost management system, are those ERP, BIM, smart site, comes here. After those years, 7 years, even we under the COVID stage, mainland China, we call it as a digitalization of business stage. Even we under COVID. All of the technology integrated together, including some, we call it as equipment integrations, business financial integration, hardware software integrations. Then easy to think about nowadays, a lot of things, hardware join together, the artificial intelligence. This is not a new technology, almost 80 years. But AI, adopt to construction, change application scenario, maybe we can call it as a new technology. Before that, we can make a quick summary. refer to mainland China development for technology. Development is getting faster for each stage. Then what is our coming or China's force? Or we can refer two major directions is data-driven decisions. Although those data will use the word information rich is better than data rich. Then our technology helps us to make decisions. After that, next stage direction is data ecosystem climates, and we call it as an intelligent business stage. The other chart I just want to show some information. As I mentioned, 2008, Beijing got the Olympic game, being the BIM. Everyone adopt the BIM, everyone adopt those technologies. But just a scenario from largest enterprise and developer and consultant in mainland China, they sacrifice a lot, sacrifice 5 times labor and cost to do all the BIM things, all the 3D things. After that, they find out this is not good. Then the trend is going down. But just use one word to do an example. Technology is keep to growth. 2015 to 2018, the signature thing from mainland China is from 4G to 5G. And especially nowadays, 5.5G. Technology is keep to growth, and everyone can see this course line. Some proactive enterprise, they find out waiting to the good opportunity to change and do some things. Of course, China's government also released some national policy, including the Intelligent Construction 2025, something like that. In those cases, I just want to show some image and insight to all of our audience. What about the Singapore locals? Actually, we find out some things and we do the research. In past decade, already we got a lot of standards. We got our BIM guideline 2.0, a lot of detail and standard already mentioned. How many model things we have to follow, each of the model element we have to put in some of the critical information, the concrete grade, and the naming, and those details we can follow. And already, Singapore do a lot for their implementations. But what's more, 5D BIM from construction, common particular specification. Spec change always, and get a lot. Maybe nowadays, our 5D BIM have to follow a lot of global standard, including the IFC, Industry Foundation Classes, not just 2x3, but also for IFC4. Your model and detail have to include a lot of the detailed information, the cost information, have to follow your quantity and detail one by one, not just for the image, but also can chasing back for all those critical detail. For more, what's more, 2021 also got some new direction from signature governments, common data environments. And those standards is for the further things. Maybe CDE is a new name for Singapore, but no matter inside with some WIP gateway, we call it as a work in progress gateways, the COBE standard, those information try to drive us to the digitals. Then, a lot of things we try to mention about the global things, external things. And our Singapore already have a lot of implementation. Actually, we find out Singapore actually is driven to the digital information, to the digital directions. Yeah? We find out for the small SME, small and medium enterprise, they will got some productivity grants. For large-scale company, even they will got some GTS, we call it as Growth and Transformation Scheme. This is a project and large-scale companies scale, both, not just for Singapore government, but some private sector also do the same similar things. Singapore is under the new construction era direction, driven us to change. For the details, I don't want to mention a lot of more, but some proactive and change will be there. I'm sure that my colleague, Sylvester, will share in-depth insight to all of you guys soon. Then, last but not least, thanks again to join our event, and hope everyone can enjoy today's event, each of the sections. Then, let's welcome my colleague, Sylvester.
Hello, good afternoon. The good people of the construction industry. Welcome to our AEC Day. My name is Sylvester, a QS before, a customer success consultant of Glodon Singapore now. So, why connect? We all know something happened before this recent period, right? These are the things I'm going to show with you. You guys see these icons? They look kind of familiar, right? If some of you are looking at your devices, yeah, it looks like this. So maybe you can just put it down, just look here, okay? Or you look at me. I saw them dressed like this. Today I'm dressed to impress you guys. First time meeting most of you, yeah? During the COVID period, most of the things I hear from all of you is just beautiful voices. Today I can see shapes. Sorry, it's too bright here. Yeah, all the beautiful shapes. All right. A quick question, guys. The COVID period. So some argue that COVID brings pros and cons. Of course, cons, we get disconnected from a lot of things. Data, information, people, work. But what are the pros, guys? Let's be positive. Yeah, it's all behind us now. Anyone here can think of something good out of COVID? Besides working from home. I know some of you are thinking that. Actually, I liked it too. Yeah? Besides working from home, there's one thing that COVID brought upon to us. This one. Technology. So COVID has boosted technology during that period. It doesn't matter what industry or businesses. So any one of you can think of any COVID-induced technology advancement. Can start thinking now, yeah? See later if the examples I show you can relate to you guys. So according to McKinsey and Company, COVID has boosted digital adoption in many businesses and industrial. Okay, as you can see, there are spikes in all these graphs all across the world. A quick example, online shopping. Let me tell you the money that I spent during that time, man. Who would have thought you could spend more staying at home than going out? Never thought of that, right? So that's the first one. Second, show of hands, guys. Any one of you is carrying cash with you right now? Anyone? Yeah, I don't see any hands. Yep, another technology advancement. So we all went cashless. Our daily transactions are now connected by technology. Imagine you lose your phone, that's it. All the connection gone, right? Some of them are trying to make Terminator happen. Yep. You see dogs are replacing workers, right? This is in Singapore. We got to be careful with that. We all know how it went in the movie, right? I'll be back. Anyone know about that? Yeah? So, these articles showed us something. There's a reason why all these phenomena happen. Anyone can think of it. So there's another exhibit showing the top 3 reasons why businesses and industries, they turn to digital technology. Let's see the first one. First in rank is to establish and increase remote working, collaboration. That's connection to people. Rank number 2 is increasing customer demand for online purchases, connection to goods. Rank 3rd is our favorite, working from home. Yeah? Technology in operations. So, these reasons shows us that COVID made us realize that we rely on human interactions, or connections, if you will, yeah? A lot. So here's another exhibit. This is actually the main reason. Just now what I showed is just the reasons to turn to. But what makes you think you should implement the technology? This is the main reason why. Competitive advantage. So, shared by Nia just now, construction industry all over the world is right now in stagnancy. You don't see a lot of growth. So, if technology is moving on, time is moving on, is there something that can provide all of you or all of us here with competitive advantage? I believe all of you Majority of you have a QS experience. Yeah, I was a QS before, so I'm sitting up here. You should know what's coming, right? So there's a concept that we all know a long time ago before COVID hit. This one. Everyone familiar with these 3 letters? BIM. Yeah, it's not a word, okay? It's short for something, all right? This is what it means. Building information modeling. So currently in here, in this construction industry, most of the people, when they hear BIM, the concept stops somewhere. We have this, okay? So this is like a definition of BIM. So a process of creating, and it's okay, it's kind of long, so I'm not going to read it. Yeah, don't worry about it. I've highlighted all the keywords to this concept meaning. You see all these graphs, all these 1D, 2D, 3D, 4D, but there's a lot of Ds behind that. I'm going to only show you some known ones, okay? So these are the key definition. BIM helps you manage information throughout the whole life cycle of a construction project, okay? It revolves around an information-rich 3D model. This is where the current construction industry stops. You think of BIM, most of the people would think 3D model. That's all you think about. What is this for? Of course, for digital collaboration. Not just the work processes, but also the people. They are connected by this information-rich 3D model. So 3D means 3D modeling, okay? I believe majority of you should be familiar with this, yeah? 4D is for time, okay? Usually during project, the time scheduling and stuff. And then we, Glodon, this is our stop. We're in the cost department. So, I don't know whether you guys are familiar with this. We, Glodon Singapore, we provide professionally designed digital tools for QS to do quantity takeoff and cost estimation. Well. So, here, this is us, cubic cost. Okay, I believe, again, every one of you are familiar with the softwares that we have to provide. Yeah, there's TAS, TRB, TME, and TBQ. So today, during the COVID period, of course, I would like to say thank you to all of you because you guys have been in the journey with us, even since that period. All right, and then I believe many of you are using our software too during that period to help you guys to do quantity takeoff and measurement. So today, I'm not going to tell you the things that you know. I'm going to connect you guys to the things that we've been doing during this period. First, I'd like to talk about this. TAS, Takeoff for Architecture and Structure. Okay, so our TAS is well known for its capability to help QS to do quantity takeoff faster, especially for buildings. Okay, so because we're trying to push ourselves in that BIM journey, try to go forward, and try to add something in there. So instead of tender stage, how about we see how TS can help you guys in construction stage? So the first one is segmentation. So I have prepared some scenarios and frustrations, all the pains and the frustrations, and see how many of you can relate to it. This is the scenario. You've done your measurement works. Someone then asks you to please divide the quantities by different requirements. All right? You've done everything. Please divide that quantity into progress claim, subcontractors. How would you do it? So manually, usually you will try to redo the measurement works because you already know what you want to divide. But this time before this, you have to highlight the zones on your paper or your PDF. Segmentation can help you now to color code your 3D models. Okay, not just by buildings, by the models, but by the entities and the elements. You can choose. For example, these two models, you see only the walls are highlighted in color, not the floor. But if you want to color code just the slab and not the walls, you can do that too. And you want the 3D model to be aesthetically pleasing, you can do something like this. Color everything. But what's the main purpose of this? It's not just to make your model beautiful. Okay, it's so that you can do this straight away. Before this, without the segmentation, you get the quantity of everything. But now, you can segregate all these quantities based on different requirements. There's subcontracting, construction zone, progress claim, things like this. Not only this, we also provide you the feature where you can do this in detailed percentage. For example, you have a slab covered by 2 different zones, progress claim 1 and 2. How much of that volume belongs to 1? And how much belongs to 2? If it's just a rectangle, maybe it's easy. But what if the zone is not a rectangle? TS can help you. So other than that, let's say you have a piece of wall like this. This is a formula to calculate the quantities, yeah? And it's covered by different zones like this. There's subcontracting on it. There's progress claim on it. Construction zone on it. Don't worry. TS know what you want. So based on different zones, you'll get the percentage of that volume or any quantity that's within that zones. So what are the advantages, if you ask me, about segmentation? Yeah? First is better coordination. Coordination is it's vital when it comes to construction phase. If there's a miscommunication, there's a wrong exchange of info, that's it. Right? For this, with this better coordination, you show all the formulas, you show the reports, you show the 3D model, you can reduce conflict. Okay? Second, better progress tracking. So you can track, right? Let's say you have many progress claims in this project. You have submitted a lot. So if you want to instantly check how much is in the progress claim 1, 2, or 3, TS can help you with that. Third, accurate quantity with 3D evidence. Okay, we not just give you the numbers, we also give you how it's presented in 3D model. So that's segmentation. Let's move on. Second one, revision. Okay, I don't know how many of the QS here experienced this before, yeah? So this is a scenario. Let's see what happened here. You have received a set of revision drawings. You're required to find all the changes and amend the measurements. How would you do it? Yeah? Look at the drawing, compare to the old one, and then mark down what's changed. Or maybe look, try to find everything, and then do a remeasurement. Have you ever felt this when you receive revised drawings? FOC. Anyone here know what does FOC mean? Not free of charge, yeah? It means something else. This was me a long time ago. Fear of changes. Yeah, I used to have a lot of facial hair. Yeah, fear of changes. We people, we are afraid of unexpected changes. It made us uneasy, especially during this work, right? Imagine you have done all the quantity takeoff, then all of a sudden tomorrow, you receive revised drawings. You ask yourself, why not earlier? Why now? Right? This is when you have to double the time. OT? Sorry, baby, I cannot go home today. Yeah, because of this. Right? It's a waste of effort somehow. Of course, I'm not saying the things that you have done before is a waste of effort, because it's the thing that you feel that time is like, oh my God, I just did that 1 hour ago. Okay? So what can we do with revision? When you have revised drawings, you just have to import into TAS. We can compare two drawings, of course, the original and the revised. And then the software will indicate in colors what's added in the revised drawing and what's deleted in the revised drawings. So based on the revised drawings, you know what's changed. All you have to do is just to amend the 3D models. Then you get a report that looks like this. You can see what's changed. You can easily identify the changed quantity. Okay? So one of the advantages here is you can effectively manage all your revision drawings. So now, every revision, you have one PDF file, one PDF file, one PDF file. Maybe depends on the dates, different folders. Imagine you have to look in through all those files and folders. In TAS, you can just import all those the drawings inside TAS without worrying to check all the files and the folders. Second, you can track the change quantity. How much have you changed in revision 1? Do you remember, if I ask you? What about 2, 3, 10? Everything is in TAS. Of course, not to mention this, visually presented in 3D also, yeah? If you change based on the revised drawing, of course your 3D model is going to change, okay? So, from FOC, okay, now we become this. I'm not going to read this, yeah? So just now the FOC, you guys find something familiar. When you receive drawings, sometimes you chant to yourself something inside like fork, right? FOC, not the bad word, okay? So what is CLC, guys? I'm not going to read this. So it's like command changes, right? With TAS now, not only will help you boost the productivity, how about give you the courage to face changes? All right? So one more thing next to this is Revit quantity takeoff. Okay, so let's look at the not a scenario. Okay, I don't want to repeat too much of the scenario thing. I'm a creative guy, so it's not a scenario. Then what is it? It's more like a wish. Ever wondered if there's a way for faster quantity takeoff? If I tell you TAS can help you in 2D quantity takeoff, I can help you boost 20 to 30, maybe more than that, of your productivity. Is there something to go past that threshold of 30%? So this thing has been available, but I believe most of you are not familiar with this function. Okay? So instead of using the 2D QTO, all right, the Excel and the PDF, we're using Revit model instead. So these are the sources, and these are the difference. I'm not going to show you the percentage, okay? You might have to experience yourself. But for Revit, I would say it will immensely increase the quantity takeoff speed because you skip all of those 2D QTO parts, right? You have to import, scale. No, everything is based on that Revit 3D model. But there's a catch, okay? So currently, although Revit models is a common thing, but like I said, the BIM concept only stops at 3D. Yes, you may have some 4D information in there, but how many of those Revit models are actually modeled for you to extract more than those information? So the source is very important, okay? So now let's watch a video of how this Revit quantity takeoff process works in TAS. Here, you import a Revit. First, you have to make sure all the information is identified in TAS. There you go, your Revit model. Now, all you have to do is just do a calculation. Okay? But you get a prompt most of the time because they're overlapping elements. There you go. We remove the overlapping automatically for you. Then you will get the quantity. That's it. Yep. It's just like that. Yeah, I didn't fast forward in that video. I'm just showing you how typically we will do in Revit quantity takeoff. Okay, I'm not bluffing about this. So this is what we have to do. Because I mentioned the source is very important, whether it's really modeled for you guys to extract the information such as quantity. That's why the first step after you import, you have to match the Revit info to what we can identify in TAS. For example, if it's a wall in Revit, you have to make sure in TAS it's also a wall. Sometimes you'll be surprised. After you import, a wall is not a wall, it's something else. Okay, so once you've done this, you will do a calculation because you skip all those modeling in TAS. from the 2D, right? You already have a ready import, but this what happens most of the time because the source, again, is not modeled for you to take off quantity accurately. It's actually just a model and show you how the building is going to look like in the future. So TAS can automatically detect all these overlappings. As you can see, all these red things, these are whole overlap, partial overlap, depends on how much that do they overlap. And then you'll be indicated in red in the model. Okay? The good thing about this is we can auto-process this to help you discard all the overlappings. Okay? So then you get your quantity. So that's a quantity takeoff for Revit model. So next, just now we mentioned about revision. Yes, 2D drawings, you have revisions. Models, same thing. Designs change all the time. That's why we think about this before. Okay, Revit changes. How do we deal with this? Okay, same process, just import a Revit model, do a calculation, and then make sure all the information is according. Then, here, you have to make sure these changes are valid. Of course, the software is only as smart as the person who is using it. And I believe all of you are smart, right? All the QS, you guys are meticulous. You make sure you don't skip a detail. So here, it will show you what's changed on your 3D model based on added, modified, and deleted. Okay? Once you confirm all these changes, you can get the report. So in the report, unlike the common report, you will see something like this, just like the revision just now. Which of the quantity is added, modified, or deleted? So let's say you have done all of this. And then we actually receive a requirement not long ago. This is a scenario. Okay? You've been using TAS for quantity takeoff. Doesn't matter if it's 2D or 3D. But sometimes you will want to categorize this quantity based on your own criteria. Okay? So just now during the segmentation, you see we can separate quantities by progress claim, subcontracting, and all those zones thing. Those criteria are available, existing in TAS. What if you need something that is not in TAS? Now TAS can help you do this. Please enjoy a short video about how we're going to tackle this. First, you have to add the criteria into the software, whatever criteria you have. And you can attach this criteria to different elements, whether it's wall, column, slab, anything on your model. Then you'll be seeing these criteria added to your model. So next, one thing about here is, it's best to compile all the information you need in Excel. Okay, as you guys all know, we can import Excel and extract that information. So until this point, you have to tell the software which of this column is the existing information in the model. Okay, in the model. So the model that you imported should have information in there. And then which is the new information that you want to attach to the existing model. All right, so new info from the Excel. Then it will be attached to the 3D model by referring to this, the existing info in your 3D model. And then once it's attached, you'll be seeing this new info in your attribute. Okay? That's it. All right, so let me go through what happened there. So you are going to have an Excel file. For example, your Revit model is attached with your P6 ID. In this case, it's like that. Okay? And your model already have that P6 ID in TAS. But now you want to maybe attach a new information such as casting date by referring to that P6 ID that you already have in the existing model. Okay? So this is what we can do. Compile them into Excel file, tell the software which is your existing info that's attached to your model. And you tell the software, this is the reference. I'm attaching this info to my 3D model based on this reference. Then you're going to tell the software which is the new info that you want to attach. And then this will be your new info. And they'll be attached like this. Then now, your 3D model has the new info. Okay, so basically that's what I want to share with you guys about TAS today. So during this period, these are the improvements that we've made. Okay? So these are the things that you can do and use in TAS to save your time. So now, let's move on to the next one, TME. Okay, for all the MEP people out there, yeah, something's new for this. Okay? So, MEP, I'm just going to go through how we usually process this. Okay? So we have these sources. Familiar with it? Yeah? CAD, PDF, scan PDF. Okay? Just put it into the software and you get this. Impressive. Yeah? You get models for the pipings and the ductings and the lightings. Okay? Before this, we have these trades in TMEC. We have the wind, the water, and the electric. Today, we're going to welcome a new family. Fire. Okay? Fire services can be done in TMEC right now. So, some of the frustrations people face during this MVP trades quantity takeoff. What are those? See if any of these frustrations relate to you. Okay? First, counting one by one. Okay? I believe if you can count everything like in a beat, of course, who doesn't like it, right? But if you have to count one by one, do you guys think it's time consuming? Are you worried about missing the count? That's why we have highlighters, right? But sometimes when the drawing is too complicated, you might miss one or two. You don't know about that. After completing the quantity takeoff, you like as in the TAS scenario, you have to separate by different requirement, maybe like construction phase, okay? Or by rooms, by regions. And it's hard to imagine how the pipes and the ducts run. All you see on drawings are just horizontal stuff. What about the verticals? Imagine? Yeah? So let's enjoy a short video how TME works to help you guys solve these frustrations. Familiar with these tools? Yep. This is what you need, TMEC. First, we're going to look at how we take off for number items. So number items counted based on legends. Okay, any legends that you have on your drawings, we can identify them quickly and give you the quantities of those legends. Based on different regions, tired of recounting, we have a function that helps you split into regions and zones straight away. The quantity will be refreshed and updated in the report. Yep, imagining how the ducts and the pipes run, everything can be viewed in 3D. Yep, so these are the main frustrations that I just mentioned. Okay, but there's something new. I believe if you have been using our TMEC, you should know these are the main functions that we have in TMEC. We have received some requirements, people saying that yeah, that's quick, but what if I'm using scan drawings? The next one is to tell you that TMEC can now help you identify the legends on your scan drawing, just like how we've been using it in TMEC. Using scan device, now we can just highlight the legends that you have on your scanned copies using polyline. And then we provide an eraser to help you modify and edit that picture so that it's not unique. It can be found through the scanned drawing. That's it. One more thing, you can adjust the similarity because scan drawing qualities is always compromised. That's why it's called scan drawing. Okay? You can see the result. You can select what to identify before you identify and get the numbers. That's the result, yeah? All the red ones, those are the scan legends. So, in scan devices, there's a step, okay? So the first two, when you select the device and select the label, I'm not gonna go through that, it's quite similar with our device. But there's one thing here that we can adjust. Depends on the quality of your scan drawings. If let's say the quality is really compromised, you cannot see it's like, what is this, even with your naked eyes, okay? You can control and ask the software to find the similarity by percentage. For example, here. It will show you all the results that it can find based on the scan drawings by different percentage. The one that's 100% similar to the one that you selected, shown here. 80 to 90, shown here. All the way until 60% only. So that's why you have to adjust that. Okay? So this is a short video of our FIRE, the new member. Okay? Let's see what's new in fire services. First, we identify the sprinkler. So this is the normal function you use, okay, device. Create a name, look for the device, and identify. Yes, those green dots, those are the legends, all right? So you have gotten the number. These are the fire sprinklers. Next, we have to identify the pipe. So we have two functions for this. One is the end pipes, the one that stops, doesn't go on anymore. So we identify the end pipes first. Okay? By selecting this, you can control the size of all the dropper pipes that connects to the sprinklers. There you go, connected. All right? Next, we're going to identify other pipings. Now TMEC can identify pipes, especially fire pipes, based on lines and also the diameter label. For example, this one, I choose 32, and you will only identify all the 32 pipe size. Everything is connected to your sprinklers. Okay, is that easy? Is that impressive? Right, can save you a lot of time because usually fire sprinklers, you get a lot of that. Right, if you want to count one by one, it takes a lot of time. How about we save that time for something else, something more important? Like what's for dinner? Yeah? I believe some of you are thinking about dinner now. Yes? See someone smiling down there. Cannot see clearly. Okay? So now in fire services, we have this function. Before you identify the pipe, especially for fire sprinklers, you can make sure the connection that's connecting to the fire sprinklers right here. So I type 25, then 25 will connect to the sprinklers. Okay? So you can now identify all the horizontal pipes based on pipelines and also the diameter labels. This is what's new and what's up with TMEC. So we're done with the quantity takeoff part. So just like I mentioned, we provide solutions that help QS to do not just quantity takeoff, also cost estimation, right? Cost estimator is another term for QS, actually, right? Whenever there's money, there's QS. So now we're going to talk about this, cost management platform. Okay? So what can we do with this? First, we look at how we usually process your BQ. Common problems. You're required to convert a PDF BQ into Excel for data input. Usually, this is still very common, believe it or not. So how do you do it? Use online converter, but there's misalignment issue, format issue. You don't want to spend extra time to check all the misalignment. You gave up. Just retype everything. All these have been worked. Ended up using the same time. What would you do to expedite the conversion? People think, is there like things I can buy a PDF converter that I can buy that would not pose any misalignment issue. You can skip this part because it's too time consuming. In Cubicos TBQ, this is what we can do. The source, same old, is still PDF and Excel. Once you imported these two sources into TBQ, you will get a format that's unique to TBQ, what we call editable format. After you import, just start typing the rates and the quantities. And then all this, rates and quantities, will then be automatically inked to your original BQ. Wait, right here, original BQ, okay? So currently, if you still use PDF, you still type out, usually you have to print out, right? And then write it out. That's what we call inking. So in TBQ, you can do something what we call e-inking. All right? So does this happen to you sometimes, guys? Are you guys familiar with this command? Yeah? You've been using Excel, you should know what's Control-C and Control-V. Yes? Copy and paste. So this is scenario. You still have many pages of BQ to fill in. Then you realize there are many bill items with the same description. Okay? Maybe they use all the same rates. The fastest thing for you to do is find a rate, copy that value to another cell, and make sure all the same descriptions have the same rates. So now in TBQ, we have a new function that can help you skip this process. So here we have a lot of elements, the bill items with the same description in different elements without the rate. Now we input a rate into one of those, okay? Next, all we have to do is just right-click and then apply the rate to others. Here, you can search through all the BQ for the bill items with the same description, and then paste that unit rate that you just selected to all these items straight away. It doesn't matter it's on the same page or it's in another element. Okay? So you can save that control button on your keyboard and don't have to keep clicking it. All right? So that's applied rate to others. Okay? A new function that can help you guys made it more easier to fill in BQ. So this is the flow, right? You select a unit rate, copy to others, and then find the bill items with the same description. That's it. So now, let's move on. So TBQ is not mainly just for you guys to do BQ works. No. We all know how, still common in the construction industry, how people save their data. Right? How do you save your previous projects? The unit rates that you have gotten from different quotes. How do you save it? It's still Excel. You have many spreadsheets for that. Some of them even called Bible because it's that thick. Right? So now TBQ has its own server that can act as the central data depository for your enterprise. You can see the lighting, right? Yeah. So around that center, there are the users. And then all these data can be now linked and synced into one server. Everything of the information that you have in your enterprise in that server. So what can we do here is, all the rates library, you can save it. The data storage, all the BQs that you have done before in TBQ, it enables collaboration, which I'm going to explain later. And it's secure, because that server belongs solely to you and your enterprise only. So let's see this one by one. So for this, what can we do? First, accumulate and store project data for future projects. Enables collaboration with trails of information movement. Okay? If you use the information from the database, it'll come out and go in, right? And enter something new, it'll go in again. There's a trail to it. One more. History data analysis to improve decision-making process. All right, let's see one by one. So accumulate. So let's say you have done a lot of projects, okay? You realize the current project is quite similar to something you have done before. You wish to find that project as reference, so you don't have to start anew. How would you do it? In TBQ, because all the projects you have done before is saved on that database, you can always call it out and get any information from the previous projects and paste to your current project. Saves you even more time. Next, okay, so this is how the data moves. From projects to data library, and then use it from data library back to your projects, so on and so forth. It's infinity. Okay, next, enables collaboration. So in TBQ, as long as everyone's connected to the same server, this could happen. You can have 3 different persons working on one project at the same time. Just do the math, right? 3 on 1 and 1 on 1. Which one's faster? Okay? And because of this collaboration, we have this security feature to help you track the information exchange and who has access to different levels of data information based on its confidentiality. So you can cut off one by one. Nope, you cannot access. Nope, you cannot access. Nope, you cannot access. So that's why it's secure. Last one, the history data analysis to improve decision-making process. So based on the rates that you have used during the history of TBQ, all of this can be used for you to get a graph like this. It will show you the trends. How many times have you used these rates? What was the price back then, maybe a few months ago? So this can help you at least find the average of the rates that you're going to use for the current project. Maybe not forecast, not until that extent, but can help you improve the decision-making process. So just now, all of those, what I mentioned, are usually used by contractors. What about consultant? Right? So usually this is a process, right? You have the file, go to contractors, come back, I evaluate. So usually it's like this. So we have something new called eTender that's connected. It's a platform that's connected to TBQ. Helps you to accelerate the tender and the evaluation process. For example, this consultant QS is now composing a BQ for tender. Using this eTender, you can encrypt that copy of your BQ with password, okay, only known to you. Then you can publish and send this as an electronic copy to your contractor. Okay, that's the key word here, electronic copy. Nothing physical, saves paper. And then it will go like this. From here to your contractors. And then when contractors receive this file can then be opened in your TBQ. All you need to do is just to fill in, right, all the information that you need. Then you can export into a format that only TBQ can recognize. Then you send this back to consultant. Shoot, just like that. All right? Bear in mind, all this whole process is done electronically. There's no physical copy, there's no hard copy, there's no CDs, there's no nothing. As long as you have network. Okay? So, now, when the consultant receives all these tender submissions, eTender, this platform, can help consultant assess and evaluate all these tender submissions, okay, in detail. You see all these graphs? I have no idea what they're talking about, but yeah, you can see it's very detailed. You have pie charts. You have all the graphs. All the rates received in the tender submissions will be shown here. Okay, so this eTender, we have these feature functions that help you guys. First, major rate analysis. Different people, they have different types of way to try to evaluate the things, right? Sometimes you want to evaluate fast. You want to evaluate just based on important items on that BQ. We can help you do that. Second, highest and lowest indicator. Okay, in eTender, you can be able to see all the rates, which one's higher than the usual, lower than the usual, comparing to a benchmark if you have one. Okay, if there's inconsistency in these tender submissions, we can detect that too. If you have something as a reference, and you wish to compare these BQs to the benchmark, we can do that too. So what if you have a revised submission, right? So in eTender, you can do rounds, multiple rounds. Round 1, round 2, round 3. Okay? Last one, of course, we provide flexibility. So these are the things what currently Glodon can provide to help you guys to increase the productivity of your works. How about look at the future? So for this future, we actually don't have anything to show right here. So here, I'm going to provide some insight to you guys of the directions that we're going to go. All right? So we believe technology is moving, and we are trying to move with the technology. Yeah, like I said, someone introduced me as the 5D BIM specialist. Yes, we try to push that through 5D. So I believe everyone's familiar with 5G network. Yeah, I believe Singapore has a full coverage of 5G network. It's fast, and it's more secure. How can we utilize that network to help you guys throughout the whole lifecycle processes? In the near future, data is everything. If you can access to the data anytime, anywhere, would you like it? So we have something cooking. Okay, I'm going to show you a short video of what's going to happen in the cubicle's future. Yep, that's it. It's a really short video. It's just a concept, but it's in progress. So I hope you guys enjoyed this session. Okay, that's all I have to share for today. And I hope after today's event, I was able to provide some valuable insight to you guys. And yeah, move your enterprise towards digitalization, and we hold hand in hand, and we move to the future together. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, okay, let's give another round of applause to Sylvester. Woo! A very good one, Sylvester, to share with us whatever we have. Anyways, as I was sitting there, I need to be honest about this. I'm so sorry. I was like, oh, I'm hungry. Oh, I need some coffee. You know what? Now it's coffee and tea break. Ah, that's what you all are waiting for, right? Okay, this is where you guys are going to go for your tea break, which is about plus minus 30 minutes. So you can have your tea break. We have a light refreshments at the back. And also, we have our interaction booth. From there, you can see whatever you want to see, such as the whole team of Glodon, 1. 2, interactive with our product teams. And 3, see whatever software that we have to offer there. On top of that, we still have our photo booth available, okay? So you guys, you can have your tea break now and enjoy what we have at the back there, all right? Don't forget your refreshment, okay? I'll see you guys 30 minutes later. Hello again, everybody. Are you ready for the second session today? All right. How was the refreshments? Good, isn't it? I had some myself too. I had the siumai, the somasa, the spring rolls. It's delicious. Anyways, I'm so hyped now. Too much coffee for me. Okay. Now, we are going to go for our next agenda, all right? So our next agenda is what? It's going to be the Appreciation Award session. So, in our Appreciation Award session, I would like to call Nia to come to the stage. Can I have Nia Give him a little moment. He must be somewhere. Yeah! I hope after this event he will not scold me. Where are you? Ah! I saw him. Yeah! It's your turn now. Alright, I would like to invite Nyer to the stage to give out the awards. Sorry. Okay. Now, for the award session, we would like to invite the representative for the companies that we're going to call out to receive the awards. The first company we'll call is PureTech. Let's wait for the representative to come up. Alright, let's give it a round of applause. Okay. Next, we will call Shimizu Corporation. Come, let's give them a clap, people. Come on, give them support. Come on. All right. Next, we will have Tiong Ek Construction to come up. Come on, give some support. All right. Next, let's have Panda Ocean Construction. Come on. Next, we will have Kajima Overseas and Asia Singapore. Come on! Next, we'll have Expand Construction. All right. a group photo there? Smile as sweet as you can. All right, thank you so much. Now, let us welcome Subarna Jurong. Come on, give it a round of applause, people. Next, we will have J120, China Communication Construction. Come on, give them a round of applause again. Come on. All right, next, let's have Sunway. Oh, sorry, my apologies. I think about Sunway Lagoon now. Okay, Sunray Woodcraft Construction. Next, we will have Soil Build Private Limited to come up. Come on, let's give them a clap. Come on, people. Encourage them more. Come on. Okay, now let's have a group picture. Okay. Smile as sweet as you can. Okay. Now, let's invite China Construction to come up. Come on! Woo! Next, we will have Newcon Builders. Come on. Clap, people. Next, we will have Kimley Construction. Come. Now let's have the next company come up, which is China Jingye. Come, let's give them another clap. I understand, it's a lot, but no worries, just clap. Next, we will have Ken Pal. Come on, let's give them a clap. All right, let's have a group picture. Smile as sweet as you can. All right. For the next company, we would like to invite CNQC Engineering. Come on, let's give them a clap. Next, we'll have Titan. Next, we will have Space Scope to come up. Come on. Now, let us welcome Straits Construction Singapore to come up. All right, now let us have a group picture. Thank you very much, Nia, for handing out the awards. Thank you. Let's give him a round of applause, people. Thank you. Okay. Now let's get down to business. I understand it was quite tiring, a lot of clapping we need to do. But it's okay. We show our support to everybody, right? Okay. But before that, I would like to thank all of you, actually. Because you, as our clients, you have actually continuously supported us from the first day, actually, since you become our client, all right? And we hope that we can work together through the whole entire journey, okay? So, we really appreciate it, and we hope that we could continue to work together and support each other throughout all this journey. All right. So, now, what's on the agenda? Okay. Now, I would like to invite our special guest, Dr. Che, to be the next speaker. And before he come up, let me introduce a little bit things about him. Sorry, I need to clear a bit. All right. He's actually head of construction intelligence team at Kajima Technical Research Institute, Singapore. His research area is building construction management with information communication technology, ICT, and robotic technologies, RT. So we are very fortunate to have him here to share his what's that word? Interesting experience, all right? So now let's give a very warm welcome to Dr. Che. Where are you? Can you please come up? Hi, Dr. Che. How are you?
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now the stage is yours.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and thank you for your interest. And also thank you for Glodon team for giving me time to speech in this wonderful stage. Okay. I'm the researcher in Kajima. Kajima is the R&D center in Singapore. And then actually the background is not in QS. And then around 3 weeks ago, and I met Lisa, and Lisa suggested me to have a speech in this event. But at the time, I think just small event, and then I just accept as carelessly, and then I have no the idea what kind of the speech I will prepared at the time, and then I heard from her, and the Glodon event is for the next the future as the digitalization is the main topic, and then today I would like to introduce our the research topic related to this digitalization, and then what we are doing for the future as the exchange of our the digitalization strategy in Kajima. And also, as you can see in the title, usually we say about the 5D, 6D, 7D, and we talk about D. And but we is now focus on the more is the data-driven is the project management. And today's my title used high-dimensional data. That means we is input the data, any data to the platform, and how we can use the data through our the solution. That's our the main topic. And today I would like to share with you about our the research the topic. And it's just at the research stage, and then today's topic is a little bit boring to you, but please keep the concentrate to me to share our the journey for the digitalization. At first, let me introduce my company Kajima at first. The Kajima is one of the general contractor at Eastwood in Japan. And then the company has a long history, around 200 years ago, as our company is established in Japan. And Mr. Ip is already said his presentation 1 year ago, 20 years ago. And the construction method is now not so is changing. And then, yes, I understand that is situation also. And but our company is the want to is the continuously innovate the construction as a technology and then construction industry. And leading the construction industry in Japan. Also, we have the many is the subsidiary company outside of the Japan, and also in Singapore. We also have the Kajima Overseas at Singapore, and then around 40 years history in Singapore. And then one of the good is the way of our is innovation in Kajima. Usually, the Japan's contractor has their own R&D center. Kajima also have the R&D center in Japan, and we is covered many kind of the construction related the technology development team, and the materials and the structure and design and environment is also. And then I belong to the construction and productivity the improvement research center, and also we established a Singapore office from 2013. And I also involved that Singapore office 4 years ago. And now as I am studying about the robotics and some kind of digitalization technology in Singapore. And then our the R&D activity is not only the developed some technology. We covered all kind of the R&D activity from research to the development and deployment. And deployment is very important for us. How we can make the change the current industry and include our project team and some kind of the workflow. And then we recently more focused on the deployment as our technology to the actual site. Yes, and then I'm going to into the main topic. Today's the main topic. And today I would like to share about some the digitalization and further the project management. And then also, as you know, we are now to build up our own innovation center building in Changi Business Park from 2021. At the construction site, we tried many new technology, and then also I want to share our the challenge in the project. And then at first, I want to share what is our step to reach the digitalization. At first, the digitalization the proposed. We want to improve our the productivity. Not only is management, also is working, and then also is all kind of the workflow in the project. And also we want to give the profit to the stakeholders. That is the most important purpose to the change to our current the traditional way to the digitalization. And then also what is the good the point for the digitalization? We need to clear that point. And then we set that these three is target. First one is simplification, and the second one is consistency, and the third one is predictability. And the first one is simplification, means there are many kind of the data in project, the project. And then someone is to understand some kind of the situation, and someone is don't understand. And then there are many the match each the stakeholders. That is produce some error and some the delay on the project. And we want to simplify. That is data and easy to communicate and easy to understand all its situation, all its stakeholders. And then we want to digitalize the data, and that is one of the target. And the consistency. Consistency means the we is once we is set the target, and we is keep the target as the plan, and that is a consistency. And then how to we can is keep the consistency. That's we is normalize the data to understand all the stakeholders, and then easy to keep this planning. That's the one of the purpose of the digitalization. And last one is predictability. That's when we is planning before they start the project. That is planning is very important, and how we can is set the goal accurately. And then that goal is how we can get the goal. With the planning is the number. And for example, we set the QS at the staff is make the quantity. And then the quantity is very accurate. And then the project team is follow the planning. And then we have know is happening as during the project. That's most is ideal situation. And then we can predict our the digitalized data, and then we can more good is the output from the project activity. And then next one is after we set the step by step, and then this one is show how we can is make the data flow to make how we can is control the data each stage. And that is one of the segmentation of the data. And then suppose we have two axes. One is the timeline of the project, and the second one is one is the timeline, planning and publication and construction and assessment. And the second one is divided to each the control point. For example, and the management and drawing and quality, quantity. And that is the segment is plowed by project the flow, and we set which kind of the data is occurred in this each segment. And then following this segment, we set the silo. Silo means how we can store the data occurred by each segment. And once we want to store the data in the silo, and then in this case we set the five silo. One is planning. The second one is BIM, and the management and the progress control and FM. And each silo has each collector, and the silo is keep the data as produced by each solution. And each silo is connected to each solution, and that solution is produced the data at each stage. The solution is we can divide two solutions. First one is data produced. Data is make the data, and also the other one is we set how to use the data with the solution, and we connect to this the product, and lastly we set the full system following the segmentation. Sorry, it's just remained 5 minutes. I follow. Okay, and then next one is I would like to share the case study in the GEAR project. And in the GEAR project, we use several solutions to make the digital data and in each stage. And the planning and the BIM, the production, and then management and process control. We use the several the commercialized solution. And also is the cubic cost in here. At that time, 2 years ago, the name is cubic cost, and now the name is changed. And after that, we the summarize the each stage what kind of data is the stored each the silo. And then next one is I show the 3 case, and the case means the proposal, how we can connect each data and each the solution. And then we make the more different way each the data. Not only one is proposal of the solution, and this one is showed the process control system. And the process control system usually say the 5D platform. And then, as you can see, we combine the BIM data 3D, and then cubic cost at the QS data. And also we combine the schedule data. And the combined the algorithm is we make the by ourselves, and we make the intermediate file. 2 is the input the Synchro. Synchro is the commercialized 5D platform. And also in the planning stage, we make the Synchro the platform. And in the project stage, we automatically monitor the project is progress. We also the input the actual data through the Hubble the system. And then the data is combined on the one platform. We can easily understand the project is the process. And next one is for the performance is the synchronized. The performance is the measurement. Performance means that the performance means we want to understand now what kind of the work is happening, and then work is followed the planning, and then the GEAR the project we strive to automatically collect the progress data using the several the solutions. The first one is we use the laser scanning, and then also we use some the tag data to know the workers' performance, and also we use the video analyzing system. And then these systems data is combined to the RBT model, and the Synchro is automatically show the current situation. And one of the challenge is in GEAR system we use several robotic system, and then the robotic system is not individually using in the side. And we wanted to connect each robotic system to our digitalized the platform, and then we strive to how we can input the robot command to directly to the robot system, and the robot understand the situation and command and the work, and then we strive to this one through our the platform. And lastly, summary is, and through this hours, the journey of the digitalization process, we understand each step is which kind of the effect to this project's management. And also through the GIA project, we take some data, and now we are analyzing data and for the next step. And for the future work, we want to more develop the simplification for the user, end user. End user is wanted to more simplify the whole process to monitoring and to the control the project. And also the most important thing we need to change our workflow, current workflow, to fit the digitalization. And also, the digitalization wanted to the connect the constructionability. Not only is digitalization, we want to change our whole project based on the digitalization. And then lastly I was introduced from Glodon team recently, and there is a wonderful the platform to use the digitalize the data. And I think this one is very easy to understand. The construction manager and the engineer how today control the project. And last step. And then we already finished our construction the GIA at our innovation center building. This building has the many kind of the laboratory to improvement to development of construction related technology. And then we are very open to collaborate in many person in the GIA system. Please contact me if you have any interesting the collaborate at our team in the GIA. Thank you.
Woo! Okay. Isn't that a very interesting speech from Dr. Che? Thank you, Dr. Che. Let's give him another big clap, people. All right, thanks. Now, we shall invite the next guest speaker, Mr. Wei Chun. Sorry if I pronounce your name wrongly. So, is from Let me share with you a little brief things about himself, okay? He has a QS background, packed with vast knowledge of BIM and also digital built environments, as well as data science. And also, this is very interesting. He managed major projects. You all be thinking, what type of project is major projects, right? First, Jurong Region Line, big, right? Cross Island Line, and also Singapore world famous known Changi Airport, which helped him bridge the gap between the BIM management and also the QS professions. So we are very lucky to have him here today, as he's going to share us something very, very interesting. What, you may think? Okay, he is going to share us another parts of digital construction and what innovation has got to offer for the construction industry. All right? So now, let us put our hands together and welcome him to the stage.
Hi, all right, yep, good afternoon. Thanks for the introduction, and I'd like to tell Dr. Che, you're not the only one that you're shocked by Lisa. This is a huge crowd. So, yeah, just a little bit about what I will be presenting. I think if you guys have been paying attention, the main theme for this kind of events this year especially, is more on data interoperability, AI, and also robotics. The use of data that is available within our industry is starting to be a trend. So for me, myself, let me just go to the next slide. Right, such a big face. I am a digital engineer in Arab currently, and I will be switching over to a a regional role to be a digital commercial specialist that's purely or highly focusing on our design risk management, which means I'm turning to an internal role. But with my background, I'll be tying as a bridge between our deliverables and also our commercial management side. And just a little bit about me, I'm a bit kiasu, that's why I started taking on data science degree through our UK cohort, and also going through the RICS training, hopefully to become a chartered surveyor, so that it ties more closely with what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis. A little bit of my company, because I'm using their slides, I need to do this. So I'm from Arab. We are Arab. Let me move a bit of my notes here. So as you all know, and I hope that the contractors and various consultants that's here and also clients, that our drawings and models are up to standard and you guys can use it peacefully. We are a global company, and within Singapore we deliver quite a lot of projects. The iconic ones are MBS, sports hubs, Changi airports, and also a lot of MRT stations thanks to our clients. One of the achievements I think that is tying together with today's event is the new construction that's why I'm presenting what we have done in the company as a global firm to minimize that gap, as well as the technology advancements that COVID has bring to the company. So we actually have a work unbound program. I think this is quite a good thing for especially our staffs internally, which means we are able to work anytime, anywhere that we want. So we are not bound to location and also hours. That really improves our efficiency, I would say. That's one thing that's special about Arab. We are around 18,000 plus to 19,000 people as of right now. We have 90 offices all over the world, and we have projects within 140 countries. And we are split into 5 regions. So there's, all right, so I'm for my new regional role, I'll be in Australasia. So let me get into my slides. I'll try to cut this short. It's Friday evening and everyone wants to go home. So how do we target digitalization within our firm? As a big firm, we do have a lot of strategies and plans. So one of it is something like this. It's a high-level plan and an overview of our digital transformation, and it's an interactive map that showcases our digital and automation initiatives that allows us to navigate through various tools and resources when we are engaging with our clients. And through that, we do have roadmaps and big pictures that we will go through internally. And we have steering committees and digital leads at every region and also from every digital-related business units. So our 4 main focus, which is down there, it's data automation services and also, what's one more? Products, yes. So from there, we will be going through the whole cycle and try to get as much automation and products out within our company. A few achievements that we have done following this process since 2017 that if I can share, we retired the desk phones and everyone have a headset right now. On 2018, retired desktops, workstations, everyone got a laptop. 2019, we decommissioned personal drives. Everything is on OneDrive and maybe some other cloud platforms. 2021, we begin to decommission on-premise and also self-hosted VMs. That is pretty useful for automation in our use case. And in 2022, we have a high uptake on cloud project collaboration platforms. that is also, I think, that due to COVID, that we are able to have those kind of conversations within projects. The next one, of course, there are some guidelines for implementing solutions within our company. Since our time, all of our time are valuable, so if there is a vendor solutions or outsourcing that's more cost-effective than in-house development, we will probably go for that. If a commercial product is available, we'll try to adopt in our project first. If it doesn't meet our needs, we'll modify it and make it better, and then adapt again. If we really can't find a solution in the market, only then we'll turn into in-house development. So this is this is the one. So this is a slide on the automation that's going through nightly throughout all our regions. So what kind of automations that we use? If some of you heard of Clarity before, so Clarity enables us to automatically publish models into different formats that is usable for us, and we don't have to do it manually. They can run Dynamo scripts and also compliance checks and synchronizing models for us that we don't have to spend hours on technicians doing it. So in order for us to deliver projects up to today's requirement for various authorities and clients, we do have BIM and CAD automation internally. So like I mentioned, Clarity, so the first one on the left, or my right, sorry, is Clarity. It is an automation platform that we use heavily in-house. Second one is CAD tools. So CAD tools are our internally developed BIM and CAD tools for our plugins, as a plugin for our softwares and for our technicians to use. And the third one is CAD Tool Labs. That is where we get to publish and create our own tools and put it internally for sharing. So as a design consultant and also advisory consultant, we need to streamline our design process. Otherwise, we'll be spending a lot more hours in there, and it's kind of hard to replicate. So we do have digital design tools that helps us with this. So design checks. Design checks is so it's a framework. It's a framework of writing engineering and calculation in code. It will check for the calculations. Engineers can have input and output set up for them, and it generates out a report that is good for them to submit to any local authority for submissions. And the second one is ROC Compute. ROC Compute is also a cloud web app that the engineers, they can put in their own design checks so that it is collated in one place. And the last one is, we call it TDA, Total Design Automation. So this is where, say, if an engineer comes out with a very smart calculation to deliver a certain kind of design, he or she might get it done within Excel, Grasshopper, or Dynamo. They can share it through TDA, and it's an in-house platform and tool for us to make it streamlined so that when they need to redesign something like this across the world, there is a platform for them. There's no double work within our company. So with all those, we are pushing towards web app. We are pushing towards centralization. With that, we get to collect data in a more centralized and controlled manner, and that is where we get decisive insights to move forward as a company. So with data and insights, we can do data analytics. We can do CAD QA/QC through an automated manner. We can do BIM 360 dashboards, and we have BIM 360 toolkits internally that we can tailor towards either ISO 19650 or any national annex or local requirements depending on where the project is. So all these are doable because of centralization of data, because of the need of using data in a more useful manner. Otherwise, we'll just be paying and throwing it away. Part of digitization is to pull everyone together. with better control and better usage of data, especially visualization. Engineers are more engaged in their design process in a sense. They are able to visualize their the borehole locations and data throughout the whole project if they're delivering a very long linear infrastructure project. So that helps them understand where things are, and we use GIS quite intensively. With all those tools available, it's kind of hard for someone to remember where to go to, what website to go for when they are searching for certain piece of information. So this is where Fuse comes in. Fuse is essentially a web page for every project, for one project, and all of the web apps can be made as an module within Fuse, which means if you are delivering a project, you just have to remember the web address for Fuse. Go in, your BIM 360 is there, ProjectWise is there, Matterport is there, your Power BI is there, everything is on there. You don't need to remember 10 websites to get individual information. This slide is to show that the capability that we have as a global company, as a global firm, the technical personnel that is available at different regions, different offices, that is able to do either scripting, lightweight scripting, or software development. So I just had a conversation with my peers just now during our tea break. So with all this spread across the world, with all this development, with all this knowledge sharing, for sure we want to minimize double work. For sure we don't want to develop the tool twice. So in order to do that, we have our knowledge management platform. We have a knowledge management kind of framework, skills network, tools and workflows, inception plans or maturity measures. Those are all knowledge management framework that we have internally that helps us to reduce, to minimize the double work, the double job. If someone from Singapore develops something really cool and someone from Canada have that same idea, they don't have to develop it again. They just have to go to the right platform and search for it and ask for it. So knowledge management, it's quite useful if you are at a large scale. The last one I would like to share is on Speckle. So data and data interoperability has been a big thing, and Speckle is partly developed within Arup, and right now it's an independent company. If you guys want to know more, you can search for it, Speckle Systems. So like you see on the screen, Speckle is basically a cloud-based platform. However, it is able to decrypt different data schemas from different softwares, push it to the cloud, and if you are using AutoCAD, if you are using Excel, if you are using Google Chrome, you can get those Speckle data down to your softwares. Again, here you can see it takes in GSA, Rhino, Grasshopper, Revit, for sure, Bandlist software, Power BI, Blender, Excel, which means you don't need to export out a file, put it somewhere, send it to someone, and then he or she will take it in. That becomes offline. Speckle is doing it online. Where Speckle is a collaborative interoperability platform. It is open source, so the development is fast, and you don't have to pay much for it. Speckle isn't a workflow builder. You need to know where Speckle slots in. Speckle isn't here to replace BIM 360 or ProjectWise. Speckle is not a replacement for any authoring tools. Yep. So I think that's it for my sharing. If you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, here's my link. How does all this ties to what the event is about today? I guess it's more on the next step for our industry, the digitization of it. How, as a firm like Arup, we do it internally, and how firms like MainCon or client side, you guys can do it on your part to make sure your company and firm is following where the trends are going. Yeah, I think that's all I have to share today. Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you, Adrian from Arab. Come on. Woo! Wasn't that a very interesting knowledge sharing from him? Okay, now, for our next section, I'm going to introduce to you my manager. Hardin, the customer success manager, she will introduce us. As you can see, she will introduce us what? 2023 Glodon highlights. But first, Hardin. Hello.
Hello. Hi, Sharon.
The stage is all yours now.
Thank you, Sharon, for your kind introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Harleen. I'm very happy to be here today. So I'll be sharing on the Glodon highlights of 2023. So why am I here today to share on Glodon highlights? I believe during the COVID period, most of you do not know what's happening in customer success or products team. And I'm actually here to spill some tea. Okay, so let's take a look on this. To this date, we have more than 300 companies using Glodon Cubicos products. And most of them have been using it for more than a decade since its launch in Singapore. You know, the trainings held by Glodon was 85 sessions last year. And the trainees attended was more than 1,000 numbers. The training certificate we issued was 800 numbers. Our team has been in contact with the esteemed users day to day, be it online or through physical project guidance. Yes, we have close contact with all of our users. Maybe we have even talked to the people beside you, your colleague or your ex-colleague. So the queries we received last year was more than 2,000 numbers. We did some updates on our software last year. So there are 2 numbers of TAS and TRB updates, and 1 number for TME and TBQ. So that's all about last year. Now we go on to this year, which is the 2023 Glodon highlights. I'll be focusing on the product, customer solution, and events. This is the 2023 timeline in different colors, according to the different categories. So we have 4 product-related activity updates. Then for customer solution, we have 5 related activity. And besides the Glodon AEC Connect Day that's happening right now, we have 6 more events coming up this year, so stay tuned. So I'll go into more detail each of the quarters, starting with quarter 1. We have done new version internal testing. This testing is done in our R&D center. Okay, it's following the integrated product development that incorporates the programming, quality assurance, and also the input of our product manager. We have also done key company meetings where we introduce to them our new functions and also collect some feedbacks for future improvise. And the event will be today's Glodon event. Okay, I believe some of you have seen our R&D center's photo at the back as you walked in at the interactive booth. But if you have not, do not worry, as I'll show you them right now. We have 6 R&D centers globally. So all our testings are done at these R&D centers. So the first one is the Beijing R&D Center, followed by in Shanghai, Xi'an, and the USA. Moving on to the next quarter. In terms of product, we are going to launch all 4 products in this quarter, the TAS, TRB, TBQ, and TME. As for the customer solution, we're going to have a brand new interface for our OTP and also add in more new contents for your learning. Okay, so last year, most of you have asked like if there's any new certification approach is going to be added into our training. So we heard you, the answer is yes. This year, we have added more certification levels and categories. As for the client feedback, we have also enhanced the whole system. I will share with you more detail in the next few slides. As for the events, we're going to have team workshop that is focusing on the BIMs. So something's new about our certification First, for the personal, we have added on intermediate, expert, and master level. For the second category, the enterprise certificate, we have added on frontier and professional cert. Then also the Glodon certified trainer, as well as the student certificate. Now, you must be a bit curious, how does our new certification outlook looks like? So let me share with you. From the left is TME, TBQ, TRB, and TAS. So this is our new design of the certification starting this year. Besides our certificate, we also added on new proficiency level badge, which is here. So now, you can share your certificate or the badge to your Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or even save it to include it in your career profile. So what's new for the client feedback enhancement? Normally, when we receive feedbacks from our clients, okay, the product manager will go through the analyzation to check on its priority. After that, that will give us a status. So this year, we actually will feedback the status of the requirements to our end users. So we are in the loop knowing what's going on with the requirements that you submitted. Then we'll follow up with the publish of the new requirements. Okay, we'll go through internal testing before the requirement is launched. So this internal testing is done in our R&D center as well. Then after this requirement is out, we'll share to the end user saying, okay, your requirement is done by us, so just try it out and give us some feedback. That's the enhancement, mostly is feeding back to the end users. Okay, during COVID, due to the stringent requirements that is set by the government, we have actually transferred from physical to online. So here are some screenshots of our online training class. You might see some of your faces here. But right now, we're gradually transiting back to physical, such as for training, demo, and also project guidance or workshops. Okay, moving on to the next quarter. In terms of products, we are going to launch the cost solution prototype platform. And for the customer solution, we are going to study and evaluate the possibility of this cloud-based technology in Singapore. There'll be more events coming up in Q3. First one is the 5D BIM contest. I believe some of you here have heard about the 5D BIM contest because we held it back in 2019. Next is the Digital Construction Summit, which is held in China. We will join this event and also invite some of the key partners to join us in this event. And as for the software updates, we'll have 1 to 2 software updates for TAS and TBQ. So you might be curious how the Digital Construction Summit in China looks like, so I'll be sharing you some photos. This is the event hall. This is our president from headquarters in China. Some more event hall photos. Okay, we're up to the last quarter of what's in Glodon highlights. For the products, we're going to adopt the technology of the cloud base in Q3 that we studied and implement it so we can actually push it out during the quarter 2024. As for the events, we have 2 events going on, which is the industry event. We're going to attend local industry events and also team workshop. So we hope that this Glodon AEC Connect Day can help connect and guide all of the construction stakeholders to get together, be it in terms of product, solution, so that we can help each other and support each other to go through this digital transformation. Here's some of our esteemed clients from government, developer, consultant, main con, subcon, and academic institutions. Thank you so much for your support, and we hope to see you real soon. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Harleen. Didn't she share you something interesting? Our new workflow and how we're gonna interact with our clients and all. All right, so as you all know, our event is gonna come to an end soon. Therefore, I would like to make some memories with all of you, all right? Because this is the first event after COVID. So definitely we need to make some memories, right? I would like to call my team, our team actually, and to come here as we're going to take picture together, okay? So you guys can remain at your seat. We will join you in the center there. And where's the cameraman now? Ah, hello, come up. Oh, you're going to be down there. All right, wait for me. Are you going to go up? All right. Thank you. I hope you guys smile as sweetly as you can. All right. Just to let you guys know, it's not at the end of the event yet. Why? I bet when you guys were walking in, you did see some small banners saying that we have some lucky draw, right? Okay. So now, we'll go to that event. Let me see. Before we go into there, let me share you something. Maybe some of you might have seen some of our posts in the Instagram. No, it's not Instagram. Sorry, I play with Instagram too much. Maybe the Facebook, LinkedIn, you might have seen this, all right? Some of you might have seen that if you join our survey today, all right, you might stand a chance to win some very interesting prize, okay? So first, let me show you guys. The first prize will be an iPhone 14. Sorry, mine is 13. Need to upgrade soon. Next, second prize will be an Apple Watch. Sorry, a bit small. Which is an Apple Watch SE. And the third one will be Apple what? Most of it is Apple product, but the last one, Apple credit worth $350. Interesting, right? So this year, our prices are bigger, amazing, and very eye-catching. So please, fill in the survey, all right? Take out your smartphone, start scanning and fill in, and you will stand a chance to win these interesting prizes. But, sadly to say, the lucky draw announcement will be done on Monday. All right? You can catch us live on our social media to see who is the lucky winner for all these three interesting things. All right. You click, 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 type, 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 smile. All right, so I've assumed all of you have finished doing the survey. I got 6 very strong words for you. Very strong, because I bet all of you know these words. Rome is not built in a day. I guess some of you might know where I'm heading to. With patience and precision, all of you will be able to reach the goal that you need. Okay? All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for your time. We really appreciate that you make a time to come here and join us for our event. I hope this event will give you a very good impact, and you will come and join us again next year. Thank you so much. Bye-bye, and see you next year.